Welcome back, listeners and watchers, to another deep and unsettling episode of Relative Perspective. As always, I'm your host, Stephen, and tonight we're talking about a story that refuses to stay buried. Not because it was proven, not because it was confirmed, but because there's no one out there that's ever managed to kill it. Tonight's story is known as the Kandahar Giant. Now, let me be clear right up front how we're going to be doing this. Because this episode tonight, it's not about convincing you of anything. I'm not here to sell you a monster. I'm not here to debunk a legend. And I'm definitely not here to dress up a campfire story. What we are going to do is something that, honestly, most people don't. We're going to be walking this story forward step by step. We're going to be looking at the encounter as it was told. And we're going to take a look at the ground that this story grew out of. There's the terrain, the timing, the history, and the older stories that were already there long before 2002 ever hit. And I got something really cool to tell you. I'll tell you right now, if you think tonight's story is where this episode is going to end, well, it's not. Because next week, I am actually sitting down with someone who has been in this world for a very, very long time. And I have to say that I am honored that he's going to be my very first interview. Now, this guy, he doesn't just comment on cases like this. He's actually put boots on the ground, and he's basically been all around the world looking at cases just like this. Now, what's so cool about this guy coming is he is actually one of the main reasons that the story of the Kandahar Giant, it stayed alive for as long as it has. And when he starts connecting all those dots between giants, ancient texts, modern encounters, and what he believes is really going on behind the curtain, yeah, believe me, you are definitely not going to want to miss this conversation that I'm having next week. But tonight, we're going to start at the source. No fluff, no skipping steps, and we're going to try to leave no stone unturned. Because even if you don't believe in giants, you still have to explain why you think this story exists in the first place, why it surfaced where it did, and why do the core details refuse to change. So, let's start where every version of this story starts. Not with a giant, but a place where people can officially disappear, and sometimes they may never officially come back.